a whistler, and I know many things, for I walk by night. I know many strange tales, hidden in the hearts of men and women who have stepped into the shadows. Yes, I know the nameless terrors of which they dare not speak. It began simply enough, a quiet sanitarium, the kind of place where tired businessmen would check in occasionally for a much-needed rest. The man expected this time, a man who wanted success at any cost, and seemed willing to dissipate either his ethics or his health.
Hello? Oh, Dr. Grosvenor, this is she. Yes, we had everything ready for him. A room on the ground floor overlooking the garden. Yes, he left complete quiet. No telephone calls. I understand. Just a moment, please. Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm Clint Markham.
Oh, Mr. Markham. I'm talking to Dr. Grosvenor on the telephone right now. He just arrived, Doctor. Would you like to talk to him? Yes. The doctor would like to speak to you, Mr. Markham.
Hello, Grosvenor. Of course I'm really here. I know when I'm licked. I woke this morning tied up in a hard knot. Yes, I'm aware of that. Certainly. All right, thanks. Goodbye. Well, that's that. I suppose the entire staff is well informed on the nervous condition of my stomach.
Well, Dr. Grosvenor was rather explicit.
Yeah, I thought so. Well, suppose you show me to my cell.
Cell? Oh, right this way, Mr. Markham.
I'm sorry, nurse. I can't eat a bite of this dinner. Take it away, will you?
You just got the first day jitters, Mr. Markham. Remember, you've got a week of this. You might just as well decide to relax.
What about calls? Anyone try to phone me this afternoon?
We've had instructions not to disturb.
Oh, come on now. Who was it?
Your secretary, for one.
Oh. Well, I don't want to talk to her now or any other time.
Yes, sir.
Anybody else?
Miss Susan Forrester.
Oh, what did she say?
She said she'd be at a place called Rudolfo's tonight at 9. I explained, of course, that you couldn't be there. However, she wouldn't take no for an answer.
She's that kind of girl.
You're not considering trying to meet her?
Oh, of course not. You told her no.
I certainly did.
She needs to be told no once in a while. I think I'll try to get some sleep.
I think you're being very sensible, Mr. Markham.
I don't want to be disturbed under any circumstances until tomorrow morning. You take care of that, will you?
Of course. Good night.
Good night.
Mr. Malcolm?
Not too well. He wouldn't eat any of his dinner. He said he wanted to sleep, and he asked that he not be disturbed until in the morning.
Well, I promised Dr. Grosvenor that Mr. Malcolm would have a complete rest. He'll be feeling better in a few days.
I hope so.
You would like to sleep, wouldn't you, Clint? But your mind clings to thoughts of Susan Forrester. It was ridiculous of her, wasn't it? Expecting you to leave the sanitarium and meet her. Yes, Clint. Completely ridiculous. You decide you can accomplish a meeting with Susan after all, don't you? A quick taxi ride and you can be with her, and back within the hour.
Your picture will be ready in 10 minutes. A 5x7 print, only $1.50.
Oh, good evening, sir. A table for one?
Oh, I'm meeting someone, thanks.
Hello, darling.
I didn't expect to see you, Lenore.
Of course not. I didn't intend for you to. Join me?
Sorry, I have an appointment.
She'll be late. She always is.
How did you know?
Miss Forrester came by the office to find out where you were. She called from there. Coming?
I told you I'm busy.
Clint, I don't want to make a scene.
All right.
Is it really so bad, darling? Spending a few minutes with your old weather-beaten secretary?
Look, Lenore, let's not hash this all over again. You've got to understand that
I know, Clint. You're a sick man. Laying the groundwork for that big contract has been tough. And we're going to be very good friends from now on.
Let's not get sarcastic.
The big romance has gone sour. I've outlived my usefulness since Susie came along. Delightful, exciting Susan Forrester. The girl who's so very important in your life at the moment.
Oh, now, please, Lenore.
Oh, skip it, Clint. Why don't you be honest?
I've tried to be.
The only thing Susan Forrester's got that I haven't is a father who happens to have influence where you need it most. Why can't you at least admit that?
I just don't want to discuss it, that's all.
I wish you would.
Why? Why should we?
Clint, I came here for an answer. I know it was wrong of me, but I knew if she wanted you to be here that you'd come. Don't you see what a fool she's making of you?
What kind of an answer do you want?
About you and me?
I've already told you.
That's final?
Yes.
That's too bad.
Lenore, if you're thinking about blackmail, I might as well tell you that
Clint, I took the liberty of ordering for you.
Thanks. We were talking about blackmail, remember? Well?
I should have known it would be this way. My mother ran to railroad men. I run to heels.
Lenore, I think I've been very fair with you. Frankly, I didn't expect a scene like this. I thought we understood each other. After all, we're adults.
Oh, don't worry, I'm not going to jump off a bridge. Not yet.
I should hope not.
Besides, a cold analysis would label you the one to go off a bridge. Oh, you'll do this again, Clint. To Susan when you can afford to, and then to little Miss whoever you happen to meet.
Lenore, you're talking like a sophomore. Now, really, this isn't solving anything.
No, I guess not. Interesting, though, that you're aware of the trouble I could cause. A well-placed word in the right quarters. Suggesting a re-examination of some of those double-dealing vouchers and affidavits you signed last year, and... Looking for a cigarette?
Yes, I seem to have run out.
Have one of mine. You seem to need it. Your picture will be ready in 10 minutes. A 5x7 print, only $1.50.
No, not now. I don't want any souvenirs of this.
Clint, wait a minute,
Yes?
Nothing.
I think I'll get some of my own brand. Do you mind?
It isn't really the cigarettes, is it, Clint? You have to get away from her for a moment to think. And as you see yourself, you realize that Lenore must know that you're bluffing. That you're not at all calm about what she can do to your career. She can ruin you, and she knows it. Yes, Clint. Somehow you've got to come to terms with Lenore.
Going so soon, Lenore?
Yes, I really have to run, Clint.
Well, let me take you home.
No, you'd better wait for Miss Forrester.
Now, Lenore, we have a lot to talk about. I insist. Come on, boss's orders.
If you put it that way. I don't see why you have to come in, Clint. I've already told you.
You haven't told me a thing.
I'm not a blackmailer. I'm not interested in money or anything else. Is that clear?
Sure. I just don't believe you.
Clint, will you please go? My roommate will be coming home any minute. Hello? Marty, Well, I can't discuss it now. Yes. All right, later.
Not a blackmailer, huh?
Oh, don't be ridiculous, Clint.
That was Marty Davis, wasn't it? Your reporter friend?
He is just a friend.
Oh, sure. One who'd do anything for you, including using that cheap column of his to point his finger at me. I thought you'd be a little more subtle, Lenore.
You're wrong, Clint. Didn't you hear me? I said...
I heard what you said. It won't work, Lenore. It simply won't work.
I wish you'd leave, Clint.
I will. In a minute.
Where to, Chief?
Let's go out Greenway.
How far?
I'll tell you when I get there.
Right.
It's over, isn't it, Clint? Everything with Lenore. And at last you feel safe. All you must do is leave the cab a few blocks from the Oakdale Sanitarium. Get back inside without being seen. There'll be nothing to connect you with the death of Lenore Rawlins. You're confident, aren't you? Unafraid. Don't mind an even more agonizing pain than usual in that nervous stomach of yours. And then you remember something.
Stop. Stop the cab. Here, keep the change.
Thanks, Mac. For $5? Anytime.
Excuse me, miss. I'm looking for the girl that takes the photograph.
Carrie? Well, I'll see if she's still here. Just a moment, sir. I can't understand why Mr. Markham hasn't shown up. You're sure no one...
No one asked for you, miss. I've been right here.
I hope I didn't miss him waiting in the bar. He's never kept me waiting like this before. Why, it's been half an hour.
Well, I don't know the gentleman, but no one asked for you. I'm sure of that.
I wonder if he got my telephone message. I'm going to call. Hello? Oakdale Sanitarium? This is Miss Forrester calling again. I left a message earlier this evening for Mr. Markham. That's right. No, I don't want to leave another message. I'd like to talk to him. But you'll have to get permission. When will the supervisor be back? 5 minutes? All right. I'll call back in 5 minutes.
Five minutes, Clint. 5 minutes before Susan calls the sanitarium again. Talks to the night supervisor. She's a persistent girl, Susan. Used to getting her own way. And supposing she convinces the supervisor that a call should be put through to your room.
Mr. Markham calling. I was to meet a young lady there, a Miss Susan Forrester. Would you mind paging her for me?
Hello?
Hello, Susan.
Clint, where are you?
Well, I'm at the sanitarium, of course. I got your message, dear, but they're pretty narrow-minded here. They expect the patients to obey doctor's orders.
You're as well as I am.
Well, Grosvenor doesn't think so. Tells me I've got to rest.
But I wanted to see you.
I appreciate the fact that you wanted to see me. I want to see you. But there may be something in what they say. Anyway, let's put up with them for a while. We'll make up for it.
Do you miss me?
Of course I miss you. I'll call you the day they let me out and you can drive out. If it isn't soon, I'll jump out the window, I swear it.
Oh, don't do that. As long as you're there, you may just as well take advantage of it. But please don't forget to call me now and then.
Oh, I won't, dear. In the meantime, you better not bother them. They're awfully busy. Good night, Susan.
Good night, Clint.
Sir, I've been looking for you. I wanted to tell you our photographer's left.
What?
The girl who takes the pictures, you wanted to talk to her.
Oh, yes. You mean she's left for the evening?
Yes, but you might find her down the street at the All Night Garage. Her boyfriend works there.
Thanks a lot.
I tell you, Eddie, you simply can't get away with it.
I'm not trying to get away with anything, Terry.
Well, don't tell me she has to come back that often. Why, she's been in here enough times for a whole new motive.
Please, miss.
Excuse me.
About that picture.
Look, mister, I'm off duty. I've got a private life, too.
I know.
Anyway, I don't remember any pictures.
Well, it was a Rodolfo's. I was sitting there on a table
Look,
with a young...
Mac, if this is a gag to meet Terry, you better know I still love the girl. You better get along.
Oh, look, it's nothing
Anyway,
like...
nobody wanted any pictures tonight at Rodolfo's. All they said is what he just said. Get lost.
I know, but you did snap one. Now, look, I was sitting there with a redhead.
A redhead? Well, don't trust her. The girl that comes in here in the convertible's a redhead, too. Ooh, I could wring her
Now,
neck.
please, miss, try to remember.
Wait a minute. A redhead?
Yeah.
Rodolfo's. Yeah, she took the picture when you left the table.
She took it.
Well, she paid me for it, ordered it delivered to her apartment. It's probably there by now.
Delivered. Well, what about the negative? Can I have that?
Oh, we never keep the negative, just the pictures. Now, Eddie,
Thanks.
are you listening to me?
How can I help it? Who's the guy?
Oh, now don't try to throw me off that way. You know very well I've never seen him before tonight. I never really see any of those people. Just their faces. And all of them saying the same thing. Go away, don't bother me. Now about that girl in the convertible.
She must be quite a pal to bribe gentlemen like this.
Oh, Honora's a dream. You'll love her. Careful, isn't it? Maybe she is asleep. Come on in, Fred.
It was terribly close, wasn't it, Clint? And you're still trembling. The event setting off a reaction in that nervous stomach of yours. Lenore, alive only a few hours ago, reaching over to light your cigarette. It seems years now, doesn't it? And you're thankful that this picture, the only evidence that you were together, is in your hands. Only one thing remains, Clint. To get back to the sanitarium through the French windows. Establish your presence so that no one will know you were ever out of the room. Only then will a terrible, tight, knotted feeling in your stomach go away.
Let me out at 110. I live in those apartments there.
Yes, Clint, safe now. But you still can't completely let down. The terror of the past hours is still with you. You can't forget it. Can't forget anything that happened. But there's still something more that you must do, isn't there? The nurse. You must get her into the room. Establish the fact that you haven't left your bed. And you need her, don't you, Clint? Because you can finally admit to a terrible pain in your stomach and a feeling of raging thirst.
Did you ring, Mr. Markham?
Yes, nurse. Ooh, it's pretty bright. How long have I been asleep?
It's almost 12.
Oh, 5 hours. That's pretty good. Anybody try to reach me?
I believe there was one call, but the supervisor
Wouldn't let it through.
No, and the party didn't call back. However, it's just as well, Mr. Markham. You do need your rest. Really, you don't look well at all.
I don't feel very well, nurse.
Is there anything you wanted?
Well, I'm kind of thirsty and got some pain. Wonder if I can have a glass of milk.
Yes, and then I'd like you to go right back to sleep and rest quietly.
I will, I promise.
I'll be right back.
Yes, Clint. Safe in your sanitarium room. And no one knows that you were ever out of it. And the only thing that could possibly connect you to the murder of Lenore Rollins is the picture taken by the nightclub photographer. The only evidence. And it's yours.
What is it, Mr. Markham? What is it?
She poisoned me. She poisoned me.
Now, take it easy. You'll be all right. Mr. Markham. Mr. Markham.
He went so suddenly.
When I came back with the milk, he seemed to be in shock. He kept talking about someone. Said she'd poisoned him.
Well, the doctor will be able to tell. And yet, how is it possible?
It isn't. That man hasn't put his foot out of this room tonight.